Good day everyone, assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to learn how to make Turkish bread. I actually made this bread for my family of 20, so you might be wondering why am I using a lot of ingredients. So I'm going to drop the recipe that is sufficient for 2 to 5 people. The first thing we're going to start is we are going to activate our yeast. You have to get a quality yeast because if your yeast is not activated, you're not going to get the perfect recipe. We are going to use warm milk and warm water and then 1 tablespoon of sugar, and then we'll mix it together, and then we keep it in a warm environment. We can maybe preheat your oven and put it and keep it there for 10 minutes until your yeast is activated. Waiting for your yeast to be activated, you're going to measure out your flour, put a little bit of salt, maybe about 2 teaspoons, and then mix them together. Now that our yeast is activated, we are going to give it a stir, and we'll pour it into the dry ingredients and turn it until we make a dough. The next step that I'm going to do is totally optional, as I really like adding butter to my recipes. So I'm going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter after making my dough. The reason why I'm adding butter is just because I like the buttery aroma. And it adds to the fluffiness and softness of the dough. You're just going to wash your hand and then knead the dough until the butter is incorporated inside the dough. And the next thing you're going to do is get your oil and brush. Brush the edges of the ball with oil and the top of the dough, because you are expecting this dough to double its size. So the reason why we are brushing the sides of the ball with oil is when the dough rises, it is not going to stick to the ball. I'm really sorry about the lighting of this video because it's a little bit dim and the lighting wasn't good on this particular day we filmed the video. So you're going to turn over the ball and to bring out your dough from the ball. As you can see, the dough is a little bit sticky. So now is the time to use your flour into action. You're just going to sprinkle flour, or you're going to cover it with flour and then give it a knead. You can see that the dough is slushy and fluffy. You can actually see it. Just keep turning it and bringing out the inside and just covering it with your flour. I proceeded to roll the dough into a log, and then I divided the log into 3. I kept 2 parts aside, and I'm going to use 1 part to show you how you're going to make the bread. Follow me. To make things easier for myself, I decided to roll the dough into a ball. As you can see, I was using all the tricks I learned from YouTube to make the ball, and then I sprinkle with flour, and then I use my beautiful rolling pin to make a pie. As you can see, this is a pie. It's just like when you're making pizza. Because the dough is soft and fluffy, it's actually so easy to roll. And then after that, I used my knife and cut it into 4 slices. As you can see, it's a little bit sticky still inside, but don't panic. You can just use your flour to finish the work. So now that I have 4 slices, I took each slice and then put it on my palm and just turn it over, fit it in, and then I made another tiny balls. After making that tiny balls, I just roll them into a ball. That is it. I'm done with my bread. And as you can see, I decided to check if the size of my bread is going to fit my pan. And then I took my pan and I checked, and hold and behold, it actually fit. It actually fits. So now the moment of truth. I put my pan on the stove at low heat, and then I started grilling my bread. When it makes bubbles on the top, you are going to turn it over. That is it. Turn it over for a few seconds. Check if it is golden brown like this, your bread is done. You're going to keep it aside. And the last part is you're going to get oil and brush your bread with the oil, both sides of the bread. I wanted to use parsley, but I just realized that we were out of dried parsley. You can use dried parsley to give it the absolute look. And this was my Turkish bread, and you can actually achieve this look. Your Turkish bread should be fluffy. Look at how soft it is. It was nice, and I hope you're going to try this. Thank you for trusting us. See you next time.